Welcome to Seymour from the Front Pew podcast, coming to you from the broadcast studio at Seymour First Baptist Church in Seymour, Tennessee, and featuring thoughts and discussions around loving God, loving others, making disciples, and living the life. I am your host, Tiger Brooks, and now, on to the podcast. All right, here we are for the final Seymour from the Front Pew, we'll say regularly scheduled podcast of this particular 2025 spring season. And we're excited to be in the studio.
Hey, listen.
Got one?
Guess what?
What?
I mixed up my wife's spices in the spice rack.
Oh, no.
I hadn't gotten in trouble yet, but the time's cumin.
Oh.
I was waiting. I know this isn't a real story.
That's good.
No, I would never do that.
That's good.
You would never.
That would affect my food.
That's good. That's good. So,
I'm not sure I'd say good.
I would not say that.
we are in the middle of May. If you haven't picked up on it yet, May is always kind of
The worst.
it's very, very busy. It's for a lot of our families with school drawing to a close, there are just a tremendous amount of different school activities, especially for all of those among us that have school age kids. And the award shows and the performances and the end of the year things. We've had a few of those at church, and so it's just busy. We've got graduations are imminent for a lot of different groups. TKA's graduation
Last Friday
was
from today.
this past Friday, and Seymour's coming up.
I don't know.
It's May
Within the next couple of weeks.
20th.
Okay.
It's like the one graduation I don't have this year.
Which is weird. It's a
feels like
Tuesday.
it, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
That is very weird.
Yeah.
Well, I think Bennett's was a Thursday last year.
Yeah, but
They rotate them because they rent out the LeConte
Right.
Center for all week.
But the full school's not out until the 30th. 10 more days
Wow.
after graduation. And the
That's bizarre.
The Seymour primary kindergarten graduation is the same day, by the way.
Here.
That
is Jason's, I think we've talked about this on the podcast, but that's Jason's favorite day of the year.
It is.
Because he
Seymour
gets to
graduation.
bring the
He
primary.
waits for the balloons to go to
primary
But
the
now with the new roof, I'm worried
kindergarten
about,
graduation.
which I know it's probably not necessarily going to go
Oh,
through.
you're
but,
not going to go.
But it's like, I didn't mind shooting up there before.
I don't know what kind of caliber BB gun you think you have.
So Jason brings
bringing
his
out the
BB
big guns,
gun.
man.
So we host the kindergarten graduation is what we're talking about. And inevitably people bring their balloons. And inevitably
float
they
to
give
the
them to
top.
the kid and the kid lets them go. So there's balloons all at the top of the sanctuary. And Jason gets to bring his BB gun to church.
Yeah. And last year I was even like, I'm gonna bring this thing out, but it's like probably shouldn't bring out a BB gun when there's a bunch of kindergartners still in the building.
Yeah, you'll put an eye
I'll wait.
out.
You'll put your eye out.
I'll wait until after.
So anyway,
Corey shoots them too, so I'm not by myself.
I agree.
how many pumps does it take to take out a balloon?
Just one. Yeah.
It's a good BB gun.
Yeah.
Like I looked at buying one last year after.
Next time we get a bird loose in the choir room, I know.
I've got one I bought Ellie years ago. It's a pink.
So
It's very pretty. It's
funny.
a pink
I mean, like
gun.
we moved my dad this year, actually last summer, really. And in the middle of that, I found my childhood BB gun, which was not a rifle. It was like a pistol or whatever else. And so it might have to come out and do this stuff. So
I've got two now. Preston's got one. I'll bring one.
Okay.
We
I think
can all
yours is like
aspire.
a Daisy Red Rider.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So like
It's a good.
it kind of makes me want to buy one.
That is so funny.
Plus, I mean, we have unwanted things around the house.
I just had this vision. Shelby, get on this. We're going to bring all of our BB guns.
I might even wear boots.
And we're going to recreate a scene. We're going to recreate a scene from Tombstone. Okay, we got dusters, boots, and we're walking down the hall, getting ready to go take out some balloons.
I like it.
All right,
It would be very fitting that you carry a pink BB gun.
yeah. This needs to happen.
Yeah, that might work.
You have that at the house, or does she take it with her?
No, I got it in the closet.
you still have it.
See,
Yeah.
she'll get it back 40 years from now.
Yeah, I think she shot it. I've shot it a whole lot more than she did. I mean, it's like, here, honey, here's your BB gun. Let me keep it for you. Oh man, it's met a few cats, and that's what it's for.
That's why I need a new baby gun.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
Why
anyway,
didn't you shoot the snake then?
PETA's gonna shut us down.
no, man,
It's a black snake. You keep those around.
Those,
Why
man.
did it say you wouldn't kill it? It just
but-
scare it
BB
off.
gun.
I don't want to. I mean, I've made it mad enough slinging it halfway across the field behind my house. I don't want to shoot it and make it even madder. I have not barbecued anything since then.
He's liable to be back in there.
He's liable to be back in there, and I'm going to be
Speaking
ready.
of, I get reels on my Instagram about. We're not gonna talk about the rest.
We're not going to talk about your Instagram algorithm.
Yeah. We don't want to go down that algorithm highway.
I get reels.
Mine are
Of,
bulldozers.
I get reels of like pranks of people scaring each other. And one of the ones that popped up was a whole reel about guys out on the golf course. You know, they take the fake snakes.
Yes,
and
Yes.
I love it.
back.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh,
I'm
one guy
gonna
fell
find
all over him
somebody to do that to you. We go find somebody to do it to you at the golf course.
Yeah.
That would be. I want to see that.
That's hilarious. All right. So
Summer.
we're going to reflect on a few activities that are coming down the pike that everybody needs to be aware of. It's interesting, even as we are recording this, work continues in our kids ministry area, and it's really shaping up.
Yeah.
It's really shaping up, and hopefully
Literally.
certainly by the time we get back on the air regularly, it'll be done. And
Yeah, hopefully.
Hope so.
and we've got more parking.
Yeah,
it's
we've
really
got about
neat.
63 new spaces.
I came to do a devotion Saturday. Some devotions were going on, and I was anxious to kind of get here to see how the parking lot's still full.
Yeah.
But I was doing later in the morning devotions, and I parked like right in the spot closest to the upper fields. And
Yeah,
it's
it worked-
really neat.
It worked really well on Saturday. Since it got to gravel, it has worked well. But now having it striped and everybody kind of gets a feel for
Yeah, and the
what's
flows.
supposed to
Flow's
happen
great.
there. Yeah,
That new section's what it filled up first.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That was the first thing. for
makes
sure.
sense.
Well, if you're on the upper fields, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
by far the closest place you can be, and basically just walk out right to it. It's been great.
Yeah.
We will be hopefully starting more parking and the entrances hopefully over the next couple weeks, and so bigger bulldozer hopefully.
Yeah.
And yeah, should
He's
be
already
starting
got
all
the
those
key.
things going on. I do have a key.
They gave him a key.
I know. I'm very aware. I'm pretty
I have
sure.
a cat key now.
Yeah, next.
So if anybody,
If I see on Seymour Speaks Out a missing cat bulldozer, I know.
you know, a couple
who
years
stole
ago,
it.
there was a front end loader that went driving down Chapman Highway. Somebody had stole it.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, no lie.
I remember that.
I remember
No
that.
lie.
It's got to be easy to catch them.
Yeah. So you can't take out the tires though. Now it's totally escaped me. Whatever it was on the tip of my tongue, I was about to
Parking
ask.
entrances.
Sevier County Planning Commission this
severe-
week.
Yeah, tomorrow night. So May 13th. It should be going before the Planning Commission, and then hopefully what we're hearing is within days should be approved from TDOT. And then hopefully within days we have equipment back
Yeah,
on site.
talking
to
about the
start.
entrances
Yeah, the
specifically.
entrances
Yeah.
And that's
specifically. And then, of course, the
gonna be exciting.
two entrances, but then parking in between. And so a couple people have asked about the sign. The sign is unfortunately going to be part of the collateral damage, so it will have to come down at some point in time. The walking track will stay intact, but it will probably have to shift or move during construction or whatever else. And we hope to, on the sign, we hope to kind of potentially keep some of the guts of it and maybe the same general spot where it is, but we'll likely have to be redone. And so we got a lot of things ahead of us. And in the middle of that, we have got money going out. We'll remind everybody, that our Vision Fund is where we need to continue giving and giving regularly there so that we can see this stuff paid off quickly and done. We haven't had to draw anything yet, but it is in our near future. So, yeah.
So next on the horizon will be Vacation Bible School.
Yep.
And so like kind of give us the rundown on that, Jason.
Yeah, so magnified is our theme this year, and basically it's just what it sounds like. You're magnifying. Everything's going to be big, bug related, kind of outside nature related, and really the focus is magnifying, God's love for us and magnifying who God is in our lives. And so excited about that. Registration is open. I haven't looked to see where that is. It's been open, I think, for a week or so. But we're in place. We're ready to go. And we're looking forward to a really good week and what all is going to happen there. So it's exciting.
Big kickoff night with inflatables and food and all that type of stuff. And so I would, especially because I know that mainly this is for our people that listen to our podcast, really, really would encourage you to grab invite cards, invite families, invite friends, invite neighbors to VBS kickoff. Like you would invite them to an event we're doing, like you would invite them to Trunk or Treat or to 4th of July or any of those types of things. And then let that then connect them into VBS. It's a great spot to be able to connect them, invite them. It's a fun, free night that they can come and be a part of and all those other things. So I would really just encourage people to do that. Well, we got invite cards out in the foyer, down in the kids area, all those areas where you can grab those.
And the date is June 1st. June 1st is Sunday, and that's the kickoff night.
Yep, it's a Thursday. Yep.
That will start at 5.
Kickoffs from 5 to 6:45, 6:50.
Okay.
Then we'll start shuffling people inside. On Sunday, we will be from 7 to 8:30 for VBS. We'll be an altered schedule on that Sunday, and then Monday through Thursday is 6 to 8:30.
6 to 8:30, Monday through Thursday.
Yep.
Very cool.
And all of our workers, those who are volunteers, we have a meal prior to everything kicking off at 6 o'clock. We have a meal for everybody just to make it easier for them to get here, be a part of it, get their families, feed their families, and be ready to go on time.
Had a good training time for them.
Yeah, we did.
A good turnout. There's a bunch of people here for that the other day.
We're a lot more than signed up.
Yeah.
But it was great.
Which is good.
It was a good time, yeah.
Yeah. So then following that, we've got a July, which I messed up on a couple Sundays ago. I said June, and everybody panicked.
Actually, before all that, we got
huge.
Yeah, there's still a lot.
My bad.
Yeah,
I
so we
forgot
go
about
straight into
those.
centrifuge.
Golly.
Yeah. So
Which y'all leave the 9th?
Yes, 9th through the 13th, I think it is. I'd have to look.
Is it Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday.
9th through the 13th.
So we're going to Mississippi. We're going to Camp Tanglewood. This will be a first. I've been doing Fuge for 20 years, and this is going to be. This is only the first. This will be the second time that I've done a Fuge, not on a college campus. And actually, first time leading trips that I've not been on a college campus. The only time I was not on a college campus was actually Panama City. They did it at like a little campground, so to speak, thing down there too. But
Laguna Beach Christian Retreat.
That's right.
And so I'm interested. It's going to be neat to see how this is, and we still don't know the housing and what that's going to look like yet. But I'm expecting kind of your typical summer camp, and I think it's going to be very unique. Part of the reason that we made the shift. We've always done Fuge, which is Mission Fuge, and that's focusing on missions in the communities that we go to. And we've talked about that before on here, but we made the shift just because our group is still very young. We have a very young group, and Centrifuge really allows us to focus on leadership, focus on discipleship. There will potentially still be some missions element tracks that will be available to those who would like to do that. But it really just allows us to set ourselves up. We've kind of got a 3-year plan that we are looking at. And this really starts to set us up for what that looks like 3 years down the road, 4 years down the road. With some potential Fuge locations that are more challenging and difficult, and I think setting us up for discipleship this year is really kind of Sean and I both really prayed about that last year, and we both felt very strongly about that was the direction. This will only be the second time in 20 years I've done Centrifuge.
Yeah.
But it's not that I'm opposed to Centrifuge. It's just this year
for exactly the reasons that you stated. Centrifuge, if I could say this way. Centrifuge is internally growth focused on individual groups, and then whereas Mission Fuge is externally mission focused.
Right.
And so there's times in the generations of your group when you skew a little young that this is good. I remember I've done the same thing in my past years ago, but that's good, and it sets them up for the future when they can then turn it outward and begin to focus on others, which is
so we're excited about that. And then
total going right now
49
49
49 is our total.
Great group.
So good group there, and that's including adults, and so excited about that time and opportunity, and then come back and at least in the family ministry side of things, kind of a week that's kind of quiet after we come back from Centrifuge, and then we leave for CentriKid, and we've got 59 going to CentriKid, same place, Gardner Webb University, which has kind of been the place we've kind of locked in. We kind of like that location. Difference between kids and students is students, we like to do somewhere different every year. Make it kind of different. CentriKid, with our younger kids, we like to be at the same place every year because it keeps them, they become familiar with it when they've been there a couple times, makes it a lot more easy for them and a lot more easy for the adults. We know the location really, really well. And so excited for that. Really excited because I have not heard that they have not, but they're supposed to have their kitchen. Cafeteria is supposed to finally be done. They've been working on their cafeteria for 3 years.
Oh my gosh!
Huh.
And so we'll see what kind of food they put out in that. So hopefully that will be a better. It's not been bad, but I think this will be better. But yeah, excited about that. And both of those camps are really focused exactly the same way, structured very similar. Students and kids will all sign up for different track choices, and those range from lots of different activities, sports activities, indoor kind of like build it kind of activity things, and weird science is one of them, and so just lots of fun stuff that they'll be doing. But all that they're doing is they're engaging in those fun activities. Their track leaders will be focusing them on the truth of the gospel and teaching them and growing them in the Word, and then of course outside of that, just really focusing on who God is and growing in their faith and their walk with Him. So super excited about that, and looking forward to 2 great weeks of camp with kids. And
then we do that and kind of have a week to then build in toward
July.
Y'all are headed to.
We go to SBC, which is actually the same time as Centrifuge. So we'll Tiger and Paige and I will be going to SBC in Dallas, and then we're back. I think we're all here for Father's Day. I think
I'm gone.
You're gone. Okay, Austin's gone. So most of us are here for Father's Day. So
the important ones are here.
Yeah. So anyway, in the middle of all that, we do take a break from Wednesday night activities almost the whole month of June. Not that there's not tons going on,
except for me.
And then I was going to say, summer choir will officially kick in. Are you doing summer choir?
Oh, yeah. We don't miss a beat.
Yeah. So you're kicking in like the 28th then?
Of May.
May.
Yes. We have a big worship ministry social the 28th of May.
Yeah.
And then, all summer long.
Yeah.
Choir is a great time to jump in.
Yeah. And I would remind our family, like we try to be family friendly in what we do Wednesday nights and all those types of things. But summer, we are taking that break. There are plenty of things to continue to do. We pick right back up in July, but especially for families. But I would, in the middle of all of that, I would also say, like, I would encourage our families to prioritize being here for Sunday morning worship. And don't hear me say, stay home from vacation. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying, sometimes it's easy to be gone to the lake on Sunday or whatever else. And we try to really pare things down for the summer so that we can focus on being together for worship on Sunday morning. You're not running all over the place because of what's going on in the building or at the building or those types of things. And so
I always say to the choir and stuff, like, be gone. When you're gone, be gone and enjoy it. But when you're here, be here.
Be here. Yeah. Yeah. And again, especially for Sunday morning worship. And so I would just kind of give that caveat in the middle of all of this or whatever else. So that's June.
Then July 4th.
July 4th is July 4th. And
Yes, it is.
yeah, I would remind again everybody. I think you can go back and listen to our July 4th podcast if you want to hear more about it as a whole. But there is a need for lots of workers to be able to help with all of that. If you're interested in that, Melissa Steffen is recruiting and helping with that, and so you can always see her. You can ask the office or get her email address and give her a shout and sign up for July 4th. And we're all good to go. So it looks like looks like fireworks may be more than last time. So we'll see what happens. We're in that process of starting to figure those out and figure all those things going, and don't know what parking is going to be, but we'll park as many as we can. So anyway, yeah.
Hopefully we're a little bit further down the road there, and
I'm hoping. We'll see. We could be further down the road, or we could have some stuff unusable. So I don't know which that's going to be, and we'll just
a lot of dirt and mud.
Right. We'll just do the best that we can with all that or whatever else. And so
They moved quick on that one. So
They did.
They
They
did.
did. Yeah.
This is considerably more, though.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. There's just no way to know for sure on that. So yeah, we got that.
Then you go.
And then we have 2 mission trips happening at the exact same time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
it is. So we'll on that Monday the 7th, we'll have a team headed to Cincinnati that are helping with our partner church there with their VBS and also doing some construction projects up there. And so they will be there for 3.5 days, I guess, essentially, in Cincinnati.
And on that note, I think it's worth noting that we're taking all of our VBS materials, all of our decorations, all of the teaching material, the curriculum, and everything is going into a trailer, and it's going there in order to help
June, I'll take it up
there.
and that way they'll have it a month before their VBS so that they can do all their prep work like we do, and then
And they're talking
it's
about
saving them a ton of money.
They're talking about even not using all there. Aren't they splitting it to another church as well?
They'll pass it to another church after they get done.
Yeah. So it's,
And I think they won't use all that we
Right.
have, so they'll pass that on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then while that's going on, the Guatemala team. will be
Guatemala
leaving.
team, I'll be heading with the team to Guatemala, and looking forward to that. I'm actually taking, as of right now, taking both my boys with me. And
which
looking
Eli's
forward to
been.
that. Eli has been before. This will be Everett's first trip, but we got a small team, but a good team headed and going to work in schools because they're still in school, obviously, because flip flop. So we'll be working in schools primarily, and looking forward to. They won't have a sanctuary, so I haven't seen any videos of walls coming down yet, though. So
That's going to be interesting.
it will be interesting. So, but we won't actually be there. Sunday night is worship service time, and we won't be there for that. So,
Shouldn't affect y'all too much.
yeah.
In the middle of all that, I leave for
Yeah, and Corey's
sabbatical.
on
I'm gonna-
sabbatical.
I'm going to be at a monastery that first week.
I would like to set up a camera
Mm.
to see Corey.
Faye Nelson
How
said
many
I
days?
can't do it.
4 or 5 days?
The plan is 4 nights, 5 days.
4 nights, 5 days. No phone, no nothing. I'm interested to see this. How much will his leg shake?
I'm planning to walk quite a bit.
The amount of calories he'll burn from,
Yeah. He's going to come back a stick figure.
yeah.
But don't they have in this monastery that they bake something?
Yeah, they do some type of fruit cake or something like that. But like, I can't go work there or anything like that. But
Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
could.
no, I
You
can't.
Okay.
no, I can
buy it.
observe. Yeah, yeah,
And it's like a 5 a.m. wake up call every day, right?
yeah. It's pretty early.
Phew.
Corey,
but it's probably
Corey
like
loves early mornings.
It's probably like a 6:30 lights out.
Yeah, I don't. They have a daily schedule.
July,
that they
though.
basically
The sun
say-
doesn't set till like 10 o'clock here.
Yeah, so they have a daily schedule that you can choose to follow or not. Like, so I don't know that I'm going to do it all the time. They have Vesper services or prayer services. I think it's 5 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that I'll make it to all 5 of them every day.
Mhm.
I don't think I will, but I think I will try to make it to at least like one of the time slots for each of those while I'm there or whatever else. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. So that's going to kick off my sabbatical, and we'll see what goes from
First
there.
ever sabbatical?
First ever sabbatical. So I've been in ministry. Well, officially May would have hit 25 years in full-time ministry. So
Getting old, man.
yeah, I am. So 25 years in full-time ministry. This is my 19th year as a pastor, as like lead pastor, senior pastor. And this is my first sabbatical ever. So it'll only be the second time ever where I've strung weeks together. Only one other time here did I put weeks back to back. I had 2 weeks back to back. I've never done that before. I've done some that are longer than a week, but I've never really done that. And then of course this is not vacation necessarily. We are doing a family vacation in the middle of this, because those are getting harder and harder for us to plan and have everybody together or whatever else. And so we are doing one of those in the middle of this, but even that is going to try to be a little bit different because I'm going to be coming off the week at the monastery for it. So, and you guys get it. Like even
you'll all be philosophical and reflective for
I
your
doubt
vacation.
that, but even for family vacation, it's very rare not to be answering phone calls or text or dealing with something that's still going on here while in the middle of all of that or whatever else. And I don't say that begrudgingly. It just is, it's the reality. So coming off of the week where I've really tried to do away, I want to try my best to not use much technology at all that week. And so it'll be interesting going into vacation with family after that. So,
Yeah.
So,
I
think we're ready.
Of course, I've had mine.
Yeah.
And what was that now? 2 years ago, I guess. And that was one of the things that was interesting because prior to it, and when we were planning through ours, similar to what you were doing, there was a thought in my mind that every time we've ever gone on vacation, and I don't know if all y'all are the same. Maybe this is just me, but when I've always gone on vacation, it's usually a day or two to unwind from ministry and life, and then even if it's like a 5, 6 day, 7 day vacation, the last 2 days, it feels like your mind then begins to process what
am I getting back into?
Yeah, and so a lot of times, best case scenario, my family gets me for 3 days of a 7-day vacation, and that's when we were planning the sabbatical. That was kind of the mindset for us was, I want to give my family a full week.
Yeah,
that I have nothing on the back end that I'm worrying about going to. I have unwind and kind of released a lot from, a week or two before. And so that week is really kind of what I would call the family focus week is really a time just to focus on them, and they get me 100%.
And we won't go into a lot of detail, but they're 4-week sabbatical, and we've kind of laid out, Jason was the first one to do it. We've kind of laid out a plan that I think all of us will somewhat follow is kind of a week solo by yourself that I think is important to put on the front end of this because I think it's important to go ahead and detach and get away a little bit. And that's not dictating how it needs to be done, but just kind of a week by yourself, a week with your family, a week with your wife, and then another week to be flexible with. I'm going to use that to probably do a little pastor's tour and go see some pastors that I am friends with and that are doing church ministry and similar but not the same ways, where I can get some ideas and kind of get it. But that's what I enjoy. That's what I want to do with that week. And so and so that's kind of the 4-week model that we're trying to use and follow a little bit for these, just so our people even know. So very, I would say, intentional with flexibility.
Yeah.
So anyway, but so that's me in July. So then y'all have to do the rest of the talking about July because I'm not going to be around. So
we while the cat's away, the mice will play. And we've got a preaching plan. I think you kind of unpacked that a little bit for the church yesterday.
Do y'all know the what yet?
Well, funny thing
we had something.
We had a great idea,
we forgot it.
But both of us forgot what it was that
It's been
brilliant
very
idea that we
beneficial
had.
to me that you don't know.
Yes. Anyway, we'll figure that out. But we're going to work out a kind of a teaching schedule between me and Jason and Sean, and we're excited about that. I mean, we're going to put together kind of our own series of some description, and we'll do that through July, and so that'll be coming into fruition. And then I guess after that, I mean, we're pushing toward the beginning of school in August again, and kind of getting into the
Surf Seymour.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
July
Teacher
too,
lunches.
we will start to really the first week of July, second week of July and July 9th, we'll start all of our kind of kids and student activities on Wednesday nights that will be here, from water game nights to movie nights and different things. And we're shifting away from the Nerf this year, and we're going to do, just to change things up a little bit, we're going to do some outdoor game kind of things and just kind of have some fun.
Are those
all of
schedules
that.
out yet?
I don't think so. Not yet.
But they should be soon.
Yes,
so you
they'll
should
be
have
out
a
here
kid
pretty
summer schedule and a student summer schedule very, very soon.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah. So, and I think right now the plan is to have, I'm actually looking at the calendar right now for we may actually try to do all of our, well, no, we couldn't do that because then we would run into some. But yeah, we'll have activities outside two days, 2 Wednesdays, and then one is a movie night. So just excited for that. And then, yeah, Surf Seymour will be gearing up, and that the last week.
July 25th, 26th.
Yeah. And always an incredible time just to love on our community and really kind of focus on them and just us going out into the community and really bridging the gap for a lot of areas.
Very cool.
Yep.
And that's summer. Then we get back
Yeah.
into it.
FAA.
Summer.
Yeah,
They're doing, yes. So FAA, you've seen a lot of the advertisements, and they're doing Encanto, the music from Encanto, the last week of July with the performance on August 1st. And I would encourage everybody to go ahead and mark that on the calendar. Just the number of kids who have signed up. I got to see some of the audition process, and then we're doing live musicians and stuff. I mean, it's going to be really cool, really well done. As Beth has continued to just lead that really well, but it's I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, yeah, that's coming up. Of course, at this point, anybody who's in it has already had to register. So
Right.
Yeah, well, and a great turnout for that. I mean, I think
yeah,
we're
I
at
think
over 50. I think there's over 50 that are already a part of that.
and I think something like 40 of them auditioned for a role.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
A lot of talented kids too. So
And then kind of a sneak peek at some things that are coming in the fall. I think you'll want to share a little bit about something that you're excited about with the pumpkin patch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot that still got to go to plan for that.
Yeah.
There's still several things. So those who don't know, I'm fairly vocal about it, have been fairly vocal about it, but we actually did a pumpkin patch at my previous church for about 5 years. And Sean was actually a part of that. He was a student. In fact, I remember having the conversation about him trying to ask Cameron out in the pumpkin patch.
That's
So
funny.
I distinctly remember that conversation. And I actually remember the first time I met Cameron, she came to pick out a pumpkin. And so just a unique way of
And
that.
she did. His
And
name was
she-
Sean.
That's right.
That's fantastic.
But
A stubby little pumpkin.
the pumpkin. I was thinking the same thing. I just didn't say it. But yeah, we've got pumpkin patch coming. Still don't know the specific dates because we're kind of at the mercy of the pumpkin patch people, if you will, as far as when they will bring delivery.
The pumpkin cartel.
Yeah, and but there's we also don't know as of this point how many pumpkins we're going to get. It could very easily be an entire 18-wheeler truck full of pumpkins, which will be a lot of pumpkins. And so you're going to be hearing us asking for help on multiple levels. Number one, the first place we're going to be asking for help is going to be on delivery day. And that's going to be a little bit flexible. It's going to be a little bit of, when this happens, when this comes, we need people to be here ready to unload the truck as quickly as we can. And so that'll take some time, especially depending on how many people we have. But once we unload, within a few days, we'll start selling to the community, and we'll typically we ask community or church folks to come and help us with running the pumpkin patch, sitting in the pumpkin patch, and actually selling. until the kids get out of school. And then whenever they're out of school, the students are expected to be there to be a part of that and to sell. Also, one of the things that we found that it took me a while to get to this in my previous time, we're going to get right in on it from the get-go here, is that we found that it's also an incredible way to go and serve and love on daycares and preschools and a lot of that. And so we will offer kind of little field trip like things to the church for some of those groups. We'll also offer coming to classes and bringing pumpkins and doing a little pumpkin. What I usually do is a little pumpkin patch gospel, with story time with them. And so that's just an incredible time that we'll do some of that, and looking forward to that. But it's also incredible fellowship.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the pumpkin patch. And that's what I would say to church members is, if you don't know some of these students, some of the great places to come is just come and sit in the pumpkin patch and just hang out with them. And there's no strings attached to that. It's just a fun time just to come and hang out and serve. And all of that, the proceeds for that will go towards student missions. So we're excited about what that looks like. I know it seems like a crazy thing to do, but there's so many ministry avenues that this brings to us that we can't tap into any other way. We'll have people that will step foot on our property, as much as we have people step foot on our property for lots of different reasons, but we will potentially have people step foot on our property that have never stepped foot on our property just to come buy a pumpkin.
Yeah.
And us having opportunities to pray with them, love on them, is going to be an incredible opportunity. We've got a couple other things I won't quite get into specifics on that could build out from the pumpkin patch, that we're still working out some details, but could be some really fun activities for us come the fall.
Yeah.
And that'll happen right at the end of October.
Yeah.
So right there around trunk or treat time as well.
Cool.
Yep.
Lots of fun. A lot of stuff. Coming down the pike over the next several months, and you just got a rundown of that. As always, you can check out the website. Check out our bulletins on a weekly basis.
Newly redesigned.
Right.
website.
Yeah. Our own Beth Smith has done a really good job with the help of Shelby and others, putting together some of the footage and pictures. And if you haven't visited SeymourFBC.org in a while, it looks a little bit different. And so we're happy about that. A lot of wonderful things. God's really blessing, and it's going to be interesting to see how things continue to unfold over the next few months. And so, as always, thank you for tuning into Seymour from the Front Pew. Reach out to us through the various means if we can do anything for you. As always, thanks for listening. Say bye, fellas.
See ya.
Happy summer.
Thank you for listening to Seymour from the Front Pew. Our sole desire for this podcast is to glorify God by educating and encouraging His body. If you would like to learn more about anything you've heard today, feel free to reach out by email at staff@seymourfbc.org or by visiting our website at seymourfbc.org. If you're located near our community and do not have a church home, come worship with us at 10:15 a.m. on Sunday morning. Until then, we pray God's richest blessings on you and yours as you love God, love others, make disciples, and live the life.